First afternoon we went out south of the tracks here and rode around the Ranger, did a lot of glassing of all the mountain peaks. Saw a herd of ewes up on the ridge line, saw a couple non-shooter rams. Other than that, just spent some time driving around and doing a lot of glassing.
Yeah, where the shade comes down in that saddle, he's in the saddle just in the sun from the shade.
There's more in the shade.
Correct.
Second morning we were out driving around again in the Ranger and doing glassing, and I think about 10:30 in the morning we spotted a nice shooter ram up probably, I think it was 1,600 yards away.
Giant sheep. Hopefully he stays there.
We put a plan together as to how we wanted to try stock in on that one, and we made it into about 500 yards from where the ram was. And at that time it disappeared or dipped out on us somewhere. We don't know where it went, but by the time we made it to within shooting range, it was no longer there. Then we spent kind of the rest of the morning and afternoon driving around again in the Ranger, spotting and glassing all the mountain ranges. I think it was about 5 o'clock that evening, we spotted a second shooter ram for the day. Again, about 1,400 yards away from where we spotted it. We put a stock on till we made it to within about 300 yards of that ram. And we saw it at 500, but we pushed on, tried to get a little bit closer to close that gap a little bit more. We got to about 300 and it once again dipped out on us, and we don't know where it went from there. We called it a day and went back to camp. Day two, we went back out in the Ranger and headed back over to High Lonesome Mountain where we spotted those two the previous day. Glassed that whole side where those two were located. Didn't spot any rams over there, so we started working our way around to the south. Came around the corner and Creed, one of the guides, spotted, I think it was 4 rams up on the side of the mountain. "420 yards away." As we were setting up, the sun was just coming up over the mountain, so played havoc with trying to locate the ram through the scope and through the camera. And so a lot of fumbling around with hats and trying to shade the sun.
Get another bullet.
I think he didn't get one in there.
Huh?
I don't think he chambered one. Did you see it?
We were able to put a good hit on it on the first shot, got a second round in them, and it tumbled down the mountain a little ways, and then the work began to go up and retrieve them. I was not prepared enough for this hunt. I watched quite a few YouTube videos of Aoudad hunting in western Texas, and I'll tell you, typical pictures and video don't do the terrain justice. I'd like to make a personal thank you to Blake Wrigley, Wrigley Mechanical, and the entire Wrigley family for giving me the opportunity to experience a western Texas Aoudad hunt. Thank you very much. Western Texas Aoudad hunt, I would highly recommend it to anyone.